I'd like to introduce you to Google Chrome. Google Chrome is a web browser similar to Internet Explorer, which most of us use right now. Why should we use Google Chrome though? It's a little bit faster. It has more options for use in the classroom. It's safer on our computers than Internet Explorer. I'd like to show you some things about Google Chrome right now. You will find what looks like a piece of candy, red, green, and yellow circle on your desktop or on the bottom toolbar. Just double click and it'll open Google Chrome. You'll find a cheat sheet if you have not already set up a Google Docs account or a Google account for HISD. You have the cheat sheet available, but right now we're going to assume that you already have it. Here, Google Chrome isn't your default browser. I'm going to go ahead and set it as my default. Now, I'm missing out. I need to sign in. Once I have signed in with Google Chrome and I have my Gmail account or I have my Google account, I just use my regular HISD.com web email address, and then I've created my own password after the first time. Now, this is what you're going to get every time. Okay. Each time, these are your tabs at the top. Even if I go to a website and it comes up in this window, to open a new window, I simply click to open a new tab, and I have all of my Google Chrome options available. Now, Google Docs. Google Docs is what many teachers and administrators are using at this time in order to create lesson plans. Anytime you want to share a document, you might want to use Google Docs. There are a lot of pluses to using Google Docs. When I go to my Google Docs, that automatically takes me to an untitled document, but I'm going to click on the Back to Google Drive, which is just to the left of the title. Google Drive is Google Docs. Here is where I can create. Here are all of the documents. My drive, as you see, there are many. I even have folders in there in order to organize. But notice the shared with me. Here is a document that Tony Erickson and I created earlier today just to show you what Google Docs can do. As I was typing, Tony was also typing. I typed, there's so much to learn with Google. She was typing at the same time. This is a cool document that I am sharing. Then notice I highlighted my smiley face, and once I highlighted something, like I'm going to highlight having, and I'm going to go insert, comment, maybe my comment is like, is this something we really, if it's lesson plans, is this something we really want to do this week, or do we need to look at a different tech? And then I type it in, I click comment. Notice everyone who I've shared this document with will be able to see my comments, and there's Tony's comments, and notice that this is what they go with. So if I highlighted all of this and made a comment about it, it would still be there no matter how many times I left my document and went back to something else. My comments stay. Now, the next thing I want to show you is the toolbar at the top. Here, where it has a plus and Jan, I'm clicking on it. This is my Google Plus account. It's kind of like your personal social network. I can share what's new. These are my circles. I have my halls full friends. A hangout is where you can contact people across the internet. It's very much like Skype, but you can actually hang out with up to 10 people at a time. Now, Other than Google Plus, I've already taken you to Google Drive, which was my Google Docs, and then Google Sites. Google Sites is where you can create a class website or any type of website that can be linked directly on from your HISD website. You can easily insert videos, your calendar. You can insert audio and photos as well. Very easy to do. Our Techno Tips is an example of this. There's our calendar, and if you scroll over to you see we start all of our training here and go to July. It's an interactive calendar. It's not a stagnant picture. And we have all of the different pages. But that is an example of a Google site. Notice I always go to the left to go back to my Google page. There are all of my Google sites. And up at the top on the toolbar, you also see calendar. Very easy to use, and as I showed you, it can easily be placed on a Google site. Every time I change something in my Google Calendar, then it's also going to change on my website because it's just a link to it through Google. So it automatically changes. There's also well, let me take you one more place where it says more. There are more apps, there are photos, there is a quick link to YouTube, but even more, there is more than you could imagine and have time to work with at this point. But you see, Google has so much. Google Chrome has so much. Now, going back, I'm going to get out of that page and out of my calendar, and I'm going to go back. There's my sites, and I'm going to open a new page. Go to my Google Docs so that I have all of my things up here. Google has something else that is absolutely phenomenal. Click on a new tab. Go to the Chrome Web Store. For those of you who are just learning about Google and haven't set it, you might want to block your ears because this is really cool. If you like your apps on your phone and all that, you're going to love the apps that you can get at Google. Google Chrome Store goes to education, and let's see, if I want to learn the adult sight words, I'm going to add it to Chrome. Typing it. There are so many different things that you'll find on here. You're going to love it. Notice it's still working. I can tell because of the circle going at the top beside my Chrome apps. Okay. I feel like I should sing the Jeopardy song at this point. No, I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this part out so it doesn't have that. Notice it's still working. But am I getting all this in about 10 minutes?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, maybe I should have chosen one that wasn't so large. Notice if you continue to scroll down, there's adult sight words, there are flashcards, there's typing, there's finding quotations, there's a graphing calculator, learn the English vocabulary. There's storybooks. Personally, I downloaded each of the stories book apps, and I found 3 different ones where the kids, if you had this on your media computer, could simply go up, click on one of the story apps, and read a story. And they actually can have it read along as they read. McGenius is another storybook. Here's Learn Alphabets and Numbers. There's so much. Here's ancient encyclopedia history. So this is not just young students. This is for everyone. The Lego Builder, I tried. It's got some glitches, but it's really cool. Now you see our Learn Don't sight words. These are my apps. I click on it. Primer, first grade, third grade. I'm going to pick second grade. Notice I could also get this app on my Nook, my Kindle Fire, my iPhone, or my Android. And then I go through and I can play it. I'm assuming that it will let me hear it also. So the kids can practice reading it. If they're not sure if they got it right, they can play it. So there are a lot of things you can do with Google. My big push for you is play with it. And if you have any questions, by all means, check out our summer training schedule or give us a call.